Instruments of Chaos, starring young Indiana Jones. Now, the first thing that perplexes me about this game is the title itself. Instruments of Chaos? What does that mean? Instruments are chaotic? Oh crap! It's a guitar! My god! It's a flying xylophone! Oh, it's a flying recorder! And what's this? E equals mc squared? That's energy equals mass times the speed of light. What does this have to do with Indiana Jones? So this is one of those games where Sega tried to keep costs down by making the manual all in black and white. But the game also comes with a cool Eternal Champions poster, and it advertises for Sega CD, Genesis, and Game Gear games on the back. And the poster also shows a Sega CD-X, which just came out that year. And they even show the Sega Activator, that horrible motion octagon for fighting games. So let's pop this in and get ready for some instruments to get chaotic. The title screen appears with Indiana Jones witnessing a blimp catching on fire. Okay, I'm not sure if this has anything to do with the young Indiana Jones TV show or not, but why this? They never show this or mention the blimp again, so what's the point? There's not even an explanation in the manual. If you go to the options menu, then you can pick your lives, difficulty, and listen to the game's soundtrack. The default choice for lives is 3, but you can change it to 9 if you want. Now, why would you want 3 times less lives? It's like if someone offers you the choice of $3 or $9, why would you want 3 instead? But I suppose the music test is kinda cool, but for the 11th track, it sounds really disorienting. Oh yeah, you're listening to 91.5 Smooth FM, starring that fish from Super Monkey Ball 2. Oh yeah. But seriously, what the hell is this? I can't imagine what they were thinking. I'd rather listen to a blender, because at least that doesn't go like... The game's story is that French agents have listened to radio transmissions from Germany, and that enemy spies are going to buy military weapons from scientists around the world, and it's up to Indy to get to 5 different countries before the scientists sell the weapons. Basically, if the German spies get a hold of the weapons, the entire world might collapse. This seems pretty serious stuff, so why would they only leave Indiana Jones to save the world? Aren't they gonna at least let one more person tag along so that it would make Indy's job a bit easier? Then a telegraph comes in and you get to select one of 5 stages, kinda like in Mega Man. I like how the game designers don't have the courtesy to show Australia or the US all the way. This game only thinks Africa, Europe, and Asia are important. But the back of the box still claims that you circled the world.
Lies! They filthy earth boy lies!
That doesn't matter. I'm gonna start in India. So at first glance, it looks like your typical side-scroller. The box art shows a younger version of Indy, but in the actual game, he looks the same as adult Indy. Oh, what the hell? This crow just comes out of nowhere and swoops down and hits me. How was I supposed to avoid him when the game just started? This reminds me of a lot of Firebrand from Ghosts and Goblins, or the Gargoyles Quest series. Anyway, you actually get 3 different weapons, a pistol, grenades, and the whip. And when you jump down, Indy looks like Michael Jackson from Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. Trying to hit the bird with your whip is a bigger pain than it looks, since the time it takes for your whip to fully extend is a full second. In fact, sometimes your whip will just go right through the enemies. Seriously, this is the worst hit detection I have ever seen in a game. It seems that you have to hit the enemies with the end of your whip, not the middle or the beginning of the whip, the end of the whip. And then this monkey comes after you. He's also hard to hit because he jumps like 20 feet in the freaking air. And he's also faster than you, so really it's not fair. If you try to run away from him, he will catch up to you. The monkey is by far the most annoying enemy in this game. All you want to do is just kill him, but no, he keeps running around. Get back here. Where'd he go? Aw, crap, a snake. Run away, go, no, go. These controls. What's this, a villager? I'm dead? I'm dead. I'm dead from taking a ride on the villager. Look at this situation. Everyone's trying to kill me. A snake, villager, a monkey, and a crow. They're all surrounding me, and there's nothing you can do about it. And about every 5 hits or so, you just keep falling. I mean, it almost looks as if Indy needs life alert to come help him get up. And with everybody running around, it makes me think they're all practicing to do the Harlem Shake. So it seems like the best weapon you have against these guys is the pistol, because when you try to kill the villager with the whip, it takes 5 freaking hits, but with the pistol, it only takes 1 shot. And speaking of the villager, I found a pretty weird glitch where if you stand on his body, you'll be invincible. But the weird part about this is that you're only invincible to the crow. Every other enemy can still kill you, but the glitch still does help out at times. Now whenever you get hit by an enemy, you fly back, and this is pretty common in other games too, but in Instruments of Chaos, it's horrible. And here's a good example of this. Right here, I get hit a total of 3 times, over and over again. And then I collapse like usual. One good thing that I can say about this game is that you can whip in all 8 directions, much like in Super Castlevania 4. And if you hold the whip button, you can just freely move it around, so it feels like you have complete control. But one thing that gets annoying is that if you hold the D-pad left or right for a few seconds, the Indy will start running. And this is a big problem because you just don't have time to react on what's ahead. Just look right here. I was trying to run away from that snake, but then I came up to a villager, and I couldn't stop because I was too far ahead. And because I was still running, I kept jumping on him, which eventually led to my death. But the worst thing about this level has to be the design itself. It's just so bland and boring, there's nothing really to jump over. And you can go on the buildings, which would make it more fun, right? But no, all it does is just add more crows. Oh, and don't even think about jumping off the buildings, because the game designers put fall damage in. Yeah, fall damage in a 2D platformer. And after you take fall damage, Indy will roll, like he's doing parkour or something. So if you manage to get to the end of this unforgivably hard level, then you will come to a dead end. So my instinct was to climb up. You have to whip a bunch of gears to make a huge door open. But the higher you go, the more crows will appear. It's too hard to hit them with a grenade, and I already used up all my pistol ammo, so I have to try whipping them. But about 90% of the time, it seems that all the crows will always sneak in a hit before you do, causing you to fall and take damage. Every single time I tried to get up and whip those gears, the crows would just keep hitting me down. And with only my whip to attack them, this India level is way too hard, so I'm trying a different stage. Let's try Tibet. Well, this one thankfully already looks much easier, and there's only one enemy this time, that fish that jumps out of the lake. So in this level, you have to jump across icebergs. But if you're not careful enough, then a fish will jump out of the lake, smack you in the face, and hit you backwards, so it's best to take it slow. But sometimes you'll get yourself in shady situations. Just take a look right here. There was some TNT on this iceberg, so I had to jump to the next one. But then the fish smacked me in the balls, and I fell into the water. And take a look at this one too. On the very first jump, I fell into the water because of that damn fish. But that's not all, because you have to deal with the bad controls as well. Remember how I said you can sprint? Well, this can easily get you instantly killed. Because if you tap left or right on the D-pad twice, and you will start sprinting. So more often than not, I'll land on an iceberg, and I want to go to the next one immediately after that, but I go too fast. But you still need a sprint to make some jumps. Oh, and if you take it slow, guess what? You're gonna fall. But earlier on in the level, I threw a grenade at the iceberg and it did nothing. So are you telling me that a 150-pound teenager will make an iceberg break, but a powerful exploding grenade will not? You know, there's something wrong here. Did the game designers take physics in high school? Apparently not. In this level, there are 32 jumps. Yes, 32. I counted them all. And even though making every jump perfectly is a difficult task, this level still was much easier than the first one. So now it's on to stage 2 of Tibet. This time it's a mountain that you have to climb up. The monkeys are back, but now there's elders and mountain goats too. The mountain goats can hit you about 5 feet back, so be careful. But even though there's a lot of jumps to make, and it wasn't very long, this level was still pretty easy. So Tibet's third level has you climbing a tower. Once you make it up a few floors, then this bouncing light thing appears, and it is impossible to avoid. Literally, it is physically impossible to avoid. Maybe that's why they put E equals MC squared on the front. But I don't even know if it's light. Who knows what it is, so just call it light. Whoa, wait a minute, did you just see that? The light just went right through me. How the hell does that follow the laws of physics? But
But I guess a better question would be, why is this indescribable object trying to kill Indiana Jones? Yeah, look out, Indy. It's that
indescribable death light.
And if you climb a little longer, then it'll get to a tiger. Whoa, that's one strong tiger to send you 20 feet in the air. So I tried shooting him multiple times, but he never seemed to die. And if you're not careful enough, then he will hit you out of the tower and send you plummeting to your death. So just avoid him, like every other enemy in the game. So if you keep climbing a little longer, then you'll come across one of the German spies. I ran out of bullets and grenades, so the only way I could kill him was with my whip, but he killed me before I killed him. Oh, and guess what? If you die just once on the boss battles, it won't let you try again. Yeah, that's right. One try. It doesn't matter how many lives you have left, you only get one try on the boss battles. Well, I've had enough of this bullshit anyway, so let's try England. On the first stage, you're on a bridge. When did Indiana Jones ever climb on bridges? Well, going to the right leads you to a dead end, and a cannon that shoots grenades, but I went back and figured out you actually have to walk in the bridge supports, but you won't get very far anyway because there's lightning that strikes the bridge, which shocks Indiana Jones and makes him fall. So then I tried again, and magically the lightning storm was not there, so I guess you have to get lucky. And then you'll come to these construction workers that would look much bigger than Indy, and for some reason, they're drilling on the bridge supports. Are they trying to make it collapse? What? I fell through the floor? How did that happen? Excuse me, but I do not believe I saw an animation of the bridge collapsing. What bullshit? This doesn't even make any sense. Oh, and guess what? That was my last life, so now I had to reset the game. But I didn't beat any stages anyway, so it's not like it matters. Well, Egypt is the last stage we can try right now. In order to get to Germany, you have to beat all the other stages, and I haven't beaten a single one, so that ought to take a while to accomplish. The first stage starts you out in the desert, and right away, there is a guard trying to attack you. So this stage is pretty similar to the first stage in India, but there's one major difference because every 15 seconds there's a sandstorm which sends you back. And as you get sent back, you get hit by the enemies, and then you'll fall down, and then by the time you get back up, you'll try to run ahead, but you can't because the sandstorm is too strong. So a lot of times I will be halfway through the stage, and then the sandstorm suddenly occurs, and then I'll get sent all the way back to the beginning, as if I never moved at all. This just overall makes the controls feel very unresponsive. When that sandstorm occurs, you might as well just put the controller on the floor because you won't get anywhere. God, this is so irritating. Imagine if in Super Mario Bros. Every 15 seconds it would send you back to the beginning of the stage. You wouldn't get anywhere, just like you would in this game. Look at me, I'm in a shitty game.
So Instruments of Chaos, starring young Indiana Jones, is truly one of the hardest games I've ever played. It's not the worst platformer ever. I mean, I've played worse. And the graphics are pretty nice, the music has got a nice variety, and stages are pretty distinct. But it would have been much better if they just toned the difficulty down a bit. I mean, I had it on the easiest difficulty setting, and I couldn't get past one country. One country I could not get past. But you know, I guess I can't expect much from a game that was made by 19 people. Yeah, seriously, 19 people were in the development team for this game, but 32 were testers. So you're telling me that you actually had more people on the testing team than the development team? It seems like it should be the other way around. 19 people doesn't seem that much at all. And this game just feels like a test to see if you can avoid enemies. I mean, everything in this game wants you dead, from snakes, monkeys, villagers, scorpions, mountain goats, sandstorms, even light itself wants to push you around from getting anywhere in this game. It's just so frustrating. Even the back of the box says the enemies keep coming and good luck, you'll need it. Oh yeah, you will need the good luck. You will need the good freaking luck. Good freaking luck trying to beat this game. You won't have a chance. I would like to see a speedrunner try to beat this game without getting hit once. I freaking dare you to try to beat this game without getting hit once. Good luck, speedrunners.
This game sucks. Oh yes, it does. And it is called Young Indiana Jones. And it will kick your ass. This is the worst Genesis game I've ever played. The monkey will stalk you. That light thing will always hit you. I really hate that sandstorm. This is the worst Genesis game I've ever played. Only one try for the boss battles.